Hi, come and join me for Live Over Coffee with Torrie. Week. It's definitely been a week, and I've got a serious coffee. I needed a serious coffee. I needed a serious coffee for a lot of different reasons, I can tell you. Today we're going to talk about sorting and tidying up, clearing out, all that stuff. And it's happened to me this week, and I really want to share with you what happened, what the motivations were. We talked in the beginning in the very, very beginning, um, about the state of my study. I'm real. Yeah, well, definitely real. I can tell you I'm definitely real. And I needed to attend to the study. Dumping area. It always has been a dumping area. It's a bedsit. Got a study on one side and got a bed on the other side, and I'll dump my washing if I don't get round to folding it up straight away. It gets dumped on the bed. Then I do things like paperwork. Oh, the desk full of freaking paperwork because it's got to have a place for it to go to, and I haven't quite worked out where that piece of paper was going to go, and I need to find it later, or somebody else in the household needs to find it. I talked to a girlfriend, and because I was giving her my woes about I've got to do this job, and I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And this is not that I've been putting it off for a week. This is that I've been attending to this area months and months. And of course, in the meantime, it's just getting worse and worse. She said, look, you just tackle it like, eating an elephant one bite at a time. And yeah, that's great. And it's funny. But the truth is, I didn't have the mindset for one bite at a time. So let's talk about the mindset that you need to have in tidying up and that. And part of that mindset is, need a good cup of coffee. I'm hoping it's a good cup of coffee. Someone bought it for me. You need then to sit in the space. There's a lot of books and TV shows and whatever. They talk about how to do it, and in the actual action of sorting. But what they don't talk about is the emotional part of its physical mindset in trying to get yourself in an action mode. So let's talk about that part. And how basically I've tackled one major corner of it, and out of it I ended up getting a full rubbish bin full of stuff that I didn't need. I also got rid of a whole box of paperwork because I'm about to retire as a married celebrant, and the paperwork. But paper is your enemy. How did I accumulate all that paper? Lucky I've got a fire, and I'm going to, burn most of the paper side of it over the winter months. But I talked to another girlfriend in regards to the mindset, because she does simplistic living and how she started in getting that mindset. So let's do that. Part one, and that when you're looking at your stuff over your coffee, work out what is it that's there. Why is it there? How did it come into your space? Girlfriend number two, and that has now since gone down to simplistic living. What she does now, it just doesn't allow excess stuff to come over her front door. Fantastic. So it's worked for her, but she does accumulate stuff and does need to be cleaned. Things need to be sorted out. Another friend sort of said that what she finds is really difficult, and that's because part of it is being her upbringing and not being affluent and whatever, is accepting stuff over the front door, through the front door, that has been given to us. Now, a lot of times we have friends, family, parents who will go, I saw this, or I've got this, do you want it? Now, at that word, do you want it, normally is, I'm giving it to you for you to be your headache now. Love them. Don't you love it? And then you've got to find a spot for it, or make a decision on it. And that's really hard. So I wrote down a couple of things. One is, how did you get into this situation to start with? Now, is it because there was illness? Is it because somebody else in the household has brought it in and you can't mentally tackle it and to find a home for it? The other thing is, did the stuff come in because it was free? We tend to think about free as a saving, but it's not emotionally saving you if you're just going to find a corner for it and not actually find a use for it and can't think of a use immediately. And really you need to go and put that in a spot that it's a think about spot. But that think about spot has a time limit on it. Has somebody else made that decision about what actually comes in to the household? That's that bit that you have to tackle. You really, really do have to think about. And that, do you have, and look, I've got a partner, brings in stuff, and he goes, oh, I'll just put it in the study and I'll sort it out later. 3 months later, it's still sitting on the bed. Oh, I'm going to sell that. 3 months later, it's still sitting on the bed. And it does my head. I tell you, it definitely does my head. So I needed to start with my study, and a lot of it was a lot of paperwork and things that I need to sort. I said to you that I do radio presenting, CDs. Part of the rules are that you either need to own the CD, or that's purchasing physical has to own it. And then I thought about, heck, I use one of those programs, that, I don't know what it is, iTunes, Apple, whatever. And it took me a while to think about, how can I downsize at the same time as get rid of? And that's the thing. That's what stops you. I reckon that's really what the whole thing is that we look at what we've got. We have awareness of what is going to be in that stuff, but we just don't know how we're going to tackle it and how we're going to sort. Where is our mindset going to be? I had many cups of coffee. I'm a bad person, I smoke. I did many of those too. Luckily I don't drink. I could have done some of that as well. But it was working out, and I needed to sleep on it. If I'm going to tackle this, where am I going to put stuff? And then I had to find out, what do I have to keep as a marriage celebrant for auditing issues? How I'm going to, what is it that I can actually part without any worries? How did I get 1,000 pens? Wow. So where are those extra things going to actually go? And I haven't even started moving a box and picking up a piece of paper, because I needed to have a strategy. And that's what the problem is. Have some sort of strategy. Have, the bins ready, bags ready to put shit into. Have boxes ready that that you've got to physically sort stuff. And because we can get rid of usually 1/3 of things straight away, because it doesn't need, gets going. And this is what I did when I received all my mum's stuff, that when she passed, and that was a household worth of stuff. Divide it into 3 lots. If you can't tackle it any other way, get the mindset, I'm only going to do one piece of space. Could be a room, it could be the corner of the shed, it could be anything. But I've got one piece of space. Going to divide it into 3. What I can actually get rid of now, no thought, fantastic. What I'm definitely going to be keeping, put that aside. Stuff I have to think about, that goes into another pile, and that will be dealt with later. This is just a beginning about how to get that mindset. This is Life Over Coffee. I hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching Life Over Coffee with Torrie. Don't forget, you can subscribe or leave a comment. I'll get back with you next week.